have these speakers up and down the line, and we call these loudspeakers, friends. The reason it's obvious. If you're going to sit right in front of them, it's going to be louder than if you're sitting off to the side. So if it's too loud where you are, move a little bit. I can't cut you any other way because we've got an awful lot of ground to cover. We got to go back about 350 meters to come all the way back to the hangar in the back. As the Red Baron Squadron and the Holiday Inn Co-Controller teams are circling overhead and waiting for the arrival of the United States Navy parachute team, flown by both the Navy and Marine Corps and, of course,
skydiving demonstration. You may be asking yourself, who is the Navy? Oh, we have a few that are just coming down still. And there they go. Well, that man should be opening. And he's open. And there you have it, a bomb burst, ladies and gentlemen.
What happened to him, Mom?
He got scared for a minute.
Now, what the jumpers will be doing is flying their canopies together, what we call canopy relative work.
Oh, then I'm scared. Hi there.
No, it's okay.
Is doing the base 10. The first two men get together. What we'll be building, we'll have a team, we'll have a drag plane, where we'll have one jumper inverting himself on the bottom and being drugged upside down. We have one jumper down low here.
I'm going to kind of have to
flying an MIW flag. That's Master Chief Benjamin Ray Hollenbeck. Ray's got about 3,000 parachute jumps, 26 years of naval service, all in SEAL team. Looking up straight ahead, we have two jumpers already stacked up. We have another two over in the clouds here that's just making their base 10. As he turns on his final downwind leg, he's going to turn back in and land his parachute just like an airplane into the wind. And what the parachuters will be doing is crowd line landing so everybody can see the easy landings they have underneath the canopy.
Navy.
As Frank said, we're all based out of Coronado, California. That's where we have the West Coast SEAL teams. And here comes Master Chief Hollenbeck on his final, ready for a landing.
Plane got
And we have a biplane up here, and another, we have two biplanes. Off of the SEALs will be deploying American flags and the C-4. One of these flags should be transitioning into the flag posts. Side by side. That is good down. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have you stand for the national anthem.
aircraft simultaneously aileron roll on the downward leg, slowing themselves down as they get set up for their landing right behind the Red Baron Squadron. Jerry.
I want you to know that we'll be back with the entire squadron at 11:59. I mean, that's when it's going to happen with Red Baron. You're going to hear from Bill most of the afternoon because he's going to be in it.
Some of the very best, as we said, in civilian, military, solo and formation air show demonstrations. But there is one air show performer who, unless you're at a air show center, you know.
Linda Zavara, who sang the national anthem. Did you enjoy that? That was, she wasn't expecting to sing it today. And suddenly, all of a sudden, hey, you're on. She loved it. Go ahead. Members of the United States American Building Frogs come off the field of the retracting over by the C-5. Give them all a big warm round of applause. Because the air howled through her wing roof cooling vents, the Japanese call. As was the case with most aircraft constructed in wartime. Than 170 of these airplanes that remain today. Oh, they're making that makes it fun. That's Lieutenant Colonel Mike Hickey from the 143rd Airlift Squadron, the Rhode Island Air National Guard, flying that C-130 Hercules as our B-51 touches down. And he was coming so fast, it was just like, Yahweh. Our helicopters are lifting. We're going to send them around behind us. We're landing the C-1 DeMarco taxi, and everybody down on the right side, give them a big wave. I know we appreciate that. There's the C-130. Boy, he's racking that thing right around. Sudden landing configuration, you're going to land it here, roll out, and once they're clear, we'll be bringing our helicopters right back in. Helicopters out to the right side, you like to be able to watch them fly around over your right shoulder down to the south of you here, around to the west, and then underneath kind of Vista. The old Quonset Naval Air Station, for those of you who might have been based there at one time, is still a new place now, the Quonset State Airport, with both Air Force Reserve and Air National Guard stationed there. And by the way, Rhode Island is still as pretty as you might remember. Look at it, just ease that onto the runway. If you look down to the right side, you see that the engines are running on Fat Albert. And what we're doing that for, that's the Blue Angels Marine Corps flown support aircraft. And they're going to be doing a JATO demonstration right before the Blue Angels fly this afternoon. So we will be flying Fat Albert. As you watch him taxi across the runway, we're going to take him out and put him on the of course, the SH-3 Hotel, the Sea King helicopter. The Sea King has been in our inventory for over 30 years. NAS Jacksonville is home to 7 helicopter squadrons, 2 of which fly the Seahawks, HS-3 and HS-15. Currently, HS-1 is transitioning. This is on from the HS-2 flight commanding officer in Commander Jerry Baylor, the pilot, Lieutenant Skip Drahad, and Chris Thomasy. Now, the crew today is Petty Officer Patrick Newcomb, are using either its active, variable depth sonar in a hover or passively monitoring sonobuoys. The Seahawks provide protection to the carrier against submarine threats out to 100 nautical miles. The 860 can be configured to carry 3 Mark 46 torpedoes for anti-submarine warfare or airbox shafts and flares for anti-ship missile defense. The secondary but equally important mission of the Embarked Seahawk is search and rescue. Whenever flight operations are conducted on board the carrier, they immediately come to the rescue of a shipmate in distress. Today at Jacksonville, other flight helicopter squadrons fly this evening. HS-5, HS-11, HS-9, and HS-11, and the fleet replacement squadron HS-1. The Sea King is from HS-1 Seahorse, commanding officer. Our pilot, Lieutenant Commander John Stock, I got it, don't worry, Stockelman, and Lieutenant Baxter Goodley. Our crewmen are Petty Officers Tony Majiga, Petty Officer Chad Barrett, and he's on Mellor today. He is Petty Officer Paul McKee, and then Petty Officer Aaron Davis, who's running up to the Jacksonville right now, and he is our survivor. He's the man from the water. Assigned to VP-30. As the aircraft passed midfield, the lead pilot calls the brake, and the V-3s perform a coordinated turn. Patrol Squadron 30 is the Atlantic Fleet's P-3 Fleet Replacement Squadron. Its mission is to provide training for pilots, naval flight officers, enlisted aircrew, and maintenance personnel who will join operational Fleet Maritime Patrol Squadrons. The squadron has the complement of 118 officers, 650 enlisted personnel, and they train over 300 officers and 1,700 enlisted personnel every year. Where we are announcing, and just look, its most recognizable feature is that 20-foot-long man boom, the magnetic anomaly detection boom at the tail, which gives the aircraft an overall range of 117 feet. After landing, the pilot of the controls will use reverse thrust and brakes to slow his aircraft to a stop. This reverse capability also allows the P-3 Orion to travel backwards. I want you to just watch as we stop the Orion, and then we'll actually back it up about 200 meters on the runway behind the Blue Angels airplane. Nearing 140,000 pounds. The P-3 can attain a top speed of 405 knots. Spring down. You're really going to tell me? Well, it's propellers and power allows the it is in fact, drug smugglers and low-flying aircraft. The wingspan of the P-3 is 1,910 shaft horsepower each. And let's watch as our second Orion is touched down and is in reverse. And as they have the aircraft under control and taxi back down to the right side, we will ask for a big round of applause for the entire Patron community, all of the VP squadrons based right here in NAS Jacksonville. Well, we now have the airplane floated down to to the slow walk, and if you look out to the right side where the wind statue, you will see. And we're going to fly that inside
Ships are in.
the airplane in just a moment as TJ runs. We keep talking about it. We have yet to taste it. Today, they're serving original style pepperoni and original style supreme. You can get your pizza at the Tombstone tent with the bright yellow flags here today. So what do you want on your tombstone? Listen to the engine as the four movies will start their takeoff roll. Foreign Shipyards and Lockheed, also our supporting sponsors. Special thanks to Zephyr Hills, Value Rent-A-Car, Mike Shad Ford, Kodak, Nimnik Chevrolet, and Kmart and Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Well, I got Bill Vasilovich to come back up on the stage. We're going to look Bill to work a bunch of times here today. You've heard him once already. And now, if you look up, we talked about Manfred von Richthofen, and the rumor is that, of course, is Manfred, but
a gentleman we call the Gray Ape, Baron Friedrich von Braun, on the 90-degree upline in the Fokker DR-1 triplane. Kicks in the rudder, brings the nose back down, and rolls 1/4. Ladies and gentlemen, the very type of maneuvers that you would have flown had you been a part of the Great War in 1914 to 1918. The Fokker DR-1 triplane. One of the many aerial combatant aircraft of the First World War. This one today being flown by Friedrich von Braun as he slowly rolls the airplane over in a great big graceful barrel roll. Friedrich von Braun, the alias T.J. Brown, leader of the Holiday Inn Coca-Cola aerobatic team in one of the many aircraft that he will fly here for you this afternoon in Navy Jacksonville 1992. T.J. built this triplane over a period of approximately 7 years. The triplane was built off of plans generated by Mr. Ron Sands, and he copied those from the original World War I German plans. The Fokker triplane was the genius of a Dutch aircraft designer, Anthony Fokker, as well as the talented welder, Reinhold Platt. The aircraft embodied all of the latest technology of the First World War, a steel tube fuselage, fabric covering on the fuselage and the wings, and a 100 horsepower Oberussel radial rotary engine. Now by that we mean that the engine crankshaft was attached to the airframe, and the engine itself and the propeller spun at a furious rate. The aircraft that you see flying here, as we said, the highest in technology of the First World War. As T.J. Brown demonstrates for you, the wing-over turnaround at Airshow left, a very same type of maneuver that would have been used by the Red Baron and a host of other German and Allied aces. Gracefully rolling the airplane in from Airshow left, the top speed of the Fokker DR-1, a sizzling 96 miles an hour. But demonstrating one of the truly unique capabilities of the airplane, you'll notice that TJ is turning the airplane around 360 degrees without banking the wings of the airplane. The flat turn, used very effectively by the Red Baron and other German aces, in particular Werner Voss, one of the leading German aces of the First World War. This particular maneuver used to turn the aircraft in a very tight circle with the guns pointed back at the enemy pilot. The first flight of this airplane was on the 24th of May, 1990, the completion of 7 years of hard work. T.J. Brown certainly very proud of this aircraft at Airshow left, gracefully and gently looping and rolling the aircraft, demonstrating the outstanding maneuverability of the World War I Fokker DR-1. Smoke trailing from behind the airplane. If you can imagine, going back 80 years in time, being a World War I ace, turning around and looking behind you and seeing the three wings of the Fokker triplane with the guns blazing. Not a pleasant sight for many a World War I fighter pilot. And now TJ is going to demonstrate the absolute most dangerous maneuver in the airplane, the landing. Gently lowering the main gear down, he touches down. And for just a few moments, until he gets that tail down, he will not have directional control. Watch him carefully now as he flies down the runway on the main landing gear, keeping the tail up in the air.
Fly in their Victor 4 formation. And as they come by, it's going to give you an idea of the pretty formation that's going to go forward. The airplane were actually designed by Beechcraft, taken from the T-34 that we still fly the T-34C with a turboprop in the nose at 4.5 configuration. And Fuji had heavy industries. Of course, Japan said after World War II, they did not want to even have an offensive capability, so they now have the Japanese Self-Defense Forces, and one of the airplanes built for that was based on the T-34, but Fuji Heavy Industries put a very square cabin, kind of an ungainly-looking cabin, on the T-34 fuselage, and that's what gave us the LM-1 and LM-2. These airplanes were used for executive transportation, or, you know, the general officers and flag officers transportation. And it's also in military use as a liaison aircraft. And some of these planes, the entire roof unbolts, removes. They put a big camera into the airplane, put the roof back on, and open a trap door at the bottom so they can do reconnaissance photography or liaison photography. The flight leader of our Fuji flight team is Dave Garber from Crescent City. He served in the Air Force as an F-80 and F-84 pilot. He was also a test pilot, and he's now a retired 740. And Bud Isles from St. Augustine, Florida, in the slot, a retired Marine colonel, is currently a test pilot. We'll go over there. There you have it. There's that for you. Fuji Heavy Industries delivered these. WR does a hell of a job. This is how we support MWR. Is the airshow. They actually generate money doing this. Our two Fujis out here in the break, and they'll be coming around to land. Especially MWR, the combined bachelor's quarters, the BOQs that we've been staying at, and the folks at the officers club just treating us just grand. We thank you. World War II.
And you're looking at the Red Baron. Well, we're bringing back a great legend, a name, and we want to bring you up to the 30s. I'm going to lower your age by 60 years right now, because I'm going to take you back to when flying circuses were what it was all about. When you looked up into the sky, you saw the great granddaddy of these jets out here. You saw the biplane, ladies and gentlemen, and representing the biplane era, on behalf of Red Baron, premium frozen pizza. I had right here, I wouldn't kid you. It's the best pizza you can sink your gums into. Get your cameras ready. In right echelon formation, ladies and gentlemen, Red Baron, Pyramid Squadron. Our leader calls for the smoke off. The noses are going to come down. We need to sacrifice out the rare pizza.
of Wisconsin. Again, he's diving out of sky. He's about 180 miles an hour. Now he's burning into the pedal of the metal. Watch this. He's so set. Thank you for letting us be a part of your great show. Please try our product. Do me a favor and try it one time. In the meantime, get your cameras out. And diamond formation to show you a diamond formation barrel roll. Red Baron. I haven't had this much fun since my sister-in-law fell in the cesspool in Minnesota, man. An ordinary speed turn. Now back in the day, better ladies and gentlemen, a great big hard rolling in the sky. Big 3,000-pound World War II service all over the Nile. Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras. Formation hammerhead turnaround is brand new. You'll never have seen it. I want you to get a picture. Get ready. Not yet. Not yet. Get ready now. After they pivot now. Take a picture of that. Beautiful. Take that home and put it on your phone. Red Baron, Terrence Crowder, waiting on the floor. Give him the tail. You can hear all that stuff. You can smell that machine gun thing. And if you couldn't get him off your tail, you're very likely to not have a date that night. So, Max said I'll do a Hampshires. This is a legend going on right before your eyes. These aeroplanes are doing things Uncle Whiskers didn't dream they would do when he bought them. We're out there flying them like the guys flew them in the 30s. That's the flying circuses. And most of the airplanes survived because they were used for crop spraying and stuff like that. It's a good airplane to use for a lot of things. You'll see great wing action a little bit later, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the 450 Stearman, of course. Right now, in diamond formation, compliments of Red Baron Premium Frozen Pig. Trainers for not only the Navy and the Marine Corps, but also for the Army Air Force, the Army Air Corps. You know, the Navy eventually built their own airplane. The Navy Standard Trainer built at Mustin Field in Philadelphia. You ever wondered what the name Mustin is out here and the road that you drive past on the way in? I believe it was Henry Mustin, is the father of naval aviation. Well, let's watch out here, as this originally was painted in the colors of yellow and blue, primarily yellow. And the idea was you saw a big yellow biplane, military biplane, it was assumed on board you avoided them like the plague. That's where the original term yellow peril came from. It had nothing to do with the Japanese. Let's watch as you see Karen Shelley has climbed out of the front cockpit and is into her wing walker. As she has stepped across that fore net, right there. Here she goes, she's got to put her leg up over that strut. Climb over. That strut is in the shape of a javelin. And what do you think they call it? A javelin strut, right. And then she's going to climb out near the end of the wing there, and there are 3 struts out there in the shape of the letter M. What do you think they call that? An N strut. Just terrific. Can't you see? Wouldn't you just like to have the imagination those people had when they were making up terms for the airplanes? Anyway, well, she's sitting out there on the airplane now. She's going to sit comfortably next to that end strut with her little feet hanging over the wings. And Ron is going to come back and do a couple of aerobatic maneuvers for you. First thing he's going to be coming back to be just doing a very simple aileron roll. And remember, with her out on the wing of that airplane, it takes a whole lot of stick to make the airplane go all the way around with that much weight amount that far out from the center of rotation. Ron Shelley flying the airplane is a former Navy fighter pilot. He started flying, well, I'll tell you how far back he was flying SFA. He's going to T-28s, TBMs, flew the F-9F Panther, flew the A-3, the A-4, and the P-1. Yeah, he's a former smash driver. Well, anyway, let's see, but his last airplane was the RA-3, the Whale. You remember the A-3D, the RA-3, all right. He started flying air shows in 1974. Look at here, hanging there. Sit upside down and roll the airplane on around. There you go.
I didn't have
all the way. Started flying air shows in 1974.
Well, I got me shit. I got me back
RA-3s in the Navy. He bought a Stearman, this airplane, and started flying aerobatics. And after his retirement in 1979, Ron became a full-time air show performer. We've been working with him straight through since 1980. Ron and his wife Joan have a farm in Midland, Virginia, and they raise Clydesdale. That's their business. They also used to raise Irish Wolfhounds, which is almost the size of a Clydesdale. His daughter Karen is out there on the wing. I got her started a couple of years ago. Ron's old wing walking partner had decided to retire. Karen is the 4th of 5 Shelley kids. She's got 2 sisters and 2 brothers. She's a graduate of the University of South Carolina with a degree in sociology. And by the way, if you're wondering what she does when she's not on the wing, she's a parole officer and a probation officer for the state of Virginia. She doesn't want to sit there facing backwards. What she does is let herself down, and she's hanging underneath the airplane. Give her a big wave when you do that. That's looking at the world upside down and backwards. That really does mess up your equilibrium. And she's hanging out like that. She's not wearing any kind of a parachute. And also, she's going to have to now sit up against that wind. She's got about 90-mile-an-hour blast of breeze on her body, and she has to, sit up and get a hold of that strut and pull herself back up onto the wing. Now, what's she going to do? busy. But I have to tell you, she's also very athletic. Well, obviously she is. We're going to bring her back around here and have her climb back into the airplane and then eventually work her way up onto the top wing. You know, the idea about wing walkers, well, barnstorming actually started back after World War I. All these great World War I pilots in their airplanes, pilots got mustered out and the airplanes got sold off as surplus because there couldn't be any other wars to end the, you know, after the war to end all the wars. Well, these guys that had flown just couldn't believe that they were going to have to quit flying. They didn't want to quit flying. They wanted to keep on going. So they left the service. They bought their old airplanes. Many of them, their trainers are Curtis Jennings, one of the airplanes that so many of them have been built, and so many were sold as civilians. These guys would go out and they'd fly around the town and do what they were calling stunts or tricks of what we now are developed into aerobatics up over the town. They'd attract some attention, land on the farmer's field, and then they'd show rides in their airplanes. As Ron comes back in from the left side, and the speed comes up to about 125 miles an hour, and once again he'll lift it over the end on hard over the left side. He's now going to use the rudder to force that wing all the way around. There it is, upside down right now, as Ron continues in the roll. That beautiful sunburst paint job, so visible on both top and bottom wings of the airplane. Anyway, they'd land in to roll it into his barn in the event a rainstorm might come through that night. And that's how they got the term barnstorming. Well, lo and behold, some of these guys would get together, and it was mostly men back then, would get together, and they'd form aerial circuses. 2 or 3 or 4 of them would fly around the countryside and do their own tricks and fly in formation, and they'd put on a little show for the folks. And there and Shelley now stands up, Nance will work her way back and across the javelin strut. There she has to climb over it, and back into the cockpit of the airplane. And somebody got the bright idea and said, why don't we get somebody up on the wing? Well, they don't usually light enough, but usually they're girlfriends. So amongst the pilots, they find one of their girlfriends who wasn't torqued up quite tight enough, and they convince her to climb out of the airplane and stand on the wing. And that's how they started wing walking. Captain Chips Ahoy is here. There you can see she's reaching behind her now and fastening that belt around her middle. By the way, the music we're playing.
Are you taking Joseph?
That sort of helps the movement.
Well, I need to know.
Laying down, and you have all of those struts waving in the breeze. All the way around. And that great big old barnstormer look. There, Shelley on the top wing of a PT-17. And let's watch it run. That's what's giving him a big wave. She's waving to you right now, waving her arms, and Ron sitting in the back hole. Yeah. Back in constantly, and you. And there's no problem finding parts either. So you have an airplane like this, and you're not you don't have the kind of support problems you might think.
The two cool glider, fuel glider act. Something a little bit different, something new and exciting and very unique. Randy and K.O. use the fluorescent pink and green, quite sure what.
No, thank you.
Bring them back in for a very unique airshow pass, something you will never have seen before, because there has never been 2 gliders in tow at the same time. So have your cameras ready for the climb to altitude aerobatic pass of the 2 cool gliders. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the holiday just a little bit of what normal aerobatics are all about. In one of the most popular aerobatic aircraft of all time, the Pitt Special. As DJ pulls away a show left, flying to an altitude of approximately 1,500 feet. Coming in also from the left, host pilot Eddie Merchant, with the 2 cool gliders behind him, flown by Randy Brooks and K.O.P. Gray. And watch carefully now, as Randy and K.O.P. still in tow, spiral around each other's aircraft, directly behind the red Coca-Cola number 4 Pitt Special. Not only are they the only dual glider act anywhere in the world, you will never see 2 gliders performing aerobatics while they are in tow, climbing to their release altitude. In the fluorescent green glider, the lead pilot Randy Brooks, and on his wing, K.O.P. Gray. Gently spiraling around each other's aircraft. Throughout the routine, less than 20 feet will separate these two fighters flown by these two professional aerial pilots. In the blue Florida skies directly overhead, they graceful aerial ballet. They climb for altitude. But ladies and gentlemen, at Airshow left, looking for approximately 200 miles per hour. TJ Brown rolls one half, back to the upright, over the nose. Turns the smoke on. When he comes in and shows center, he'll pull the nose of the holding in the 90-degree upline. Rolling the aircraft as he climbs. Holding that roll, continuing to climb into the blue sky. Airspeed to 0. Holding it in there, he stops. Kicks in the left rudder, the hammerhead turnaround. Brings the nose back down 90 degrees onto the smoke trail. Stick back for a snap roll. Continuing to roll at their snap number 2, snap number 3. He's got quarters on the left. Stick back into his lap once again. Climbs the pin special up and over the top now. Pushing outside. 5 negative G. Hugging away at those shoulder straps. The outside Humpty Bump maneuver. TJ Brown, a veteran airshow performer and flight leader of the holiday at 18 years old with an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Upon graduation, he went on to serve with the U.S. Air Force in Southeast Asia, flying 195 in the F-105 Thunder Chief, the airplane infamously and faithfully known by his pilot tab, Nutside. Completing his tour of duty in Southeast Asia, he went on to an appointment at the United States Air Force in its final school at Edwards Air Force Base, California, where he was instrumental in the final development stages of the A-7 Corsair jet attack fighter. At Airshow Center now, almost meeting the two cool gliders on the 90-degree upline. TJ rolls the mid-special in the short roll, still rolling the airplane, holding it on the propeller. Tail first, back into his own smoke. He lets the nose pitch down. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. TJ Brown. He's going to be back a little bit later on this afternoon actually through one complete snap roll, showing off the profile of the Holiday Inn #1 special. Left rudder for the hammerhead turn. Goes back down in a 1/4 roll. Looking at the runway center line and leads back in the way. Airshow right. National Airshow is a company that is based right here outside of Jacksonville on Amelia Island, home of the Holiday Inn Coca-Cola, the two cool gliders, and the Poker Drive Chain that you saw fly earlier. And since we are a local airshow company and one of only 2 full-time airshow companies in the business, we would like to extend an invitation to each and every one to have the opportunity to visit our facility in Bernardino Beach. Meet the pilots and look at the aircraft close up. Your hometown airshow team. And very proud to be a part of Navy Jacksonville 1992. Airspeed off once more. The nose pitches down. TJ swings it straight back down. And away on Airshow left. Rolling the airplane 1/4 and pulling a very tight 90 to 270-degree turn that will set him up for his landing here this afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, directly overhead, 40 miles per hour. If you look closely, you will see that less than 20 feet separate their wings in this aerial ballet of powerless glider flight. Up and over the top in the formation loop. Holding a big around roll. Randy and Keoki. Members of the Holiday Inn Coca-Cola team and also your 2 full glider pilots today. Randy Brooks began flying gliders in Boulder, Colorado. Among his many glider flying accomplishments, he has attained altitudes in excess of 33,000 feet in a sailplane. More than 1,000 hours of flying time in gliders alone. Keoki Gray, Stearman Squadron that you watched flying here this afternoon. Together they possess more than 12,000 hours of flying time, more than half of which has been spent in formation. Randy Brooks with 15 years of airshow and flying experience, and Keoki Gray with 14 years of airshow and flying experience.
Oh, Linda, did you hear that?
Yeah. The fluorescent pink and the green, the reminder to the pilots of their island home of Amelia Island, Florida.
Oh, they do got wheels.
Gently and gracefully, they will turn the two pool glider Schweitzer 126s around its toe left. And maintaining the minimum wingtip separation will bring them gracefully down to their landing touchdown here at Naval Air Station, Jacksonville, 1992.
You need me to scoot over, Ben? Yeah.
As you can see, the S-3B Viking has greatly evolved from the early days of the S-3A. Its multi-mission capability, including over-the-horizon surveillance and targeting, electronic warfare support, flying warfare, as well as surface and subsurface attack, have earned the Viking a reputation as a total sea-strike platform. One thing we do want to point out is here when they changed the tower here, that big doping here was virtually General Electric engine. And because of the sound of their imagination on the carrier, the Viking is nicknamed off the stern of the carrier.
Watch out! Everybody go!
Y'all gonna be right here?
Yeah.
We're going to the other airplane, I guess. Oh, I didn't know she was coming. I want to go get the...
Still.
Hey, I'm gonna stay here. We're gonna go take a picture. I don't know where. I'm gonna take It's just not. Put it back out. I'm not landing.
Autumn, get up here.
Where's your wife?
Ladies and gentlemen, for the start of the flight, flying proudly above the cockpit, the Boeing C-130 is about hours.
I wonder if you're good.
Back to the left, Lieutenant Commander Focus Floyd, number 5 is rolling. Fuel acceleration aircraft 110 miles per hour. Final altitude 50 feet. Fuel that roll gets aircraft 360 degrees with the landing gear extended. Enter the roll on takeoff. Back to the left, Captain C-30, number 6 is rolling. Acceleration aircraft is 300 miles per hour.
Robbie?
As they approach, you should get through the
Dad got in your way. You have a small VCR? Ready? Push this cord. You didn't?
I guess I didn't.
Sam?
Yeah.
Brown nose. What? I probably don't feel do it anyway because of I guess. I know. Here they are, Linda.
Take separation for each room.
I don't know. Huh? I don't know. Did you tell? Battery's Next thing, oh look, Justin, you're upside down. One of them is, where's the other one?
Oh, here they come. Look at that, Sam. Look. Over here to the right.
Chest call for people to detach information. Let's watch it. The execution of maximum performance and overrated after
Let go here. Here they come. Hold on. Hold tight.
Here, cover your ears. Cover them with this. Get ready. Here it comes.
smoke on, so they'll be able to watch how we bring some information back to the flight line. And they come into your change the location, change position on the wing. Very shortly, all the six
Joseph, come here. They're coming fast. You better come here. Come here real loud, too. Stay still. Here. Come on, let Yeah. I can't see him, but I got him. Yeah, I see him now. Time to sit down. Yeah.